Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Trade Ideas Live Trading Room for Tuesday, May the 7th. My name is Barry Anderson, moderator of your room. Can I get a quick sound check, please? Excellent. All right. So, yeah, I did a couple of pre-market trades this morning. The first one was actually the XENT and took a little loss on it, actually. I shorted it right under that 26 mark. If I'd held it just a little bit longer, it actually got all the way down to 25.26. But I covered it just over 26, 26.05, but I hopped right into Blin, B-L-I-N, and yeah, I mean, that was obviously a great one. I basically looked at the high there, it moved down, and when it took out the high, I decided to take some. Got it at 860, covered, took some out at 908, and an average up in this area here at 943. So now it's starting to move down. So yeah, basically that has kind of made my day. Love the percentage moves for those ones. So after not making any trades yesterday, it's good to get back into it a little bit. So what else is happening? Lots happening. We've got a ton of earnings plays. Look at all these minus 0.25s. Remember what I was saying yesterday, if you're new in the room, minus 0.25 means they released earnings after hours yesterday. And if it's a 0.25 means they released before the market opened this morning. A ton of them. Now, it's a little bit sad because we have over 1,000 companies releasing this week. And next week, it's kind of all over. We only have about 200, and it'll get progressively less and less. So this is sort of the last gasp of earnings season. So let's take advantage of it. So what else? OSMT. Okay, that's given it up quite a bit, actually. It gapped up after hours yesterday on phase 3 results, but it has given most of that up. There's the mauve area, is the after hour. 646 it hit, it's given most of that up. ARCI, another one that's been very active in the past. ARCI did have a little bit of news. Oops, not ZARCI. ARCI popped up all the way up to 599. Low float, of course. You know, if this, maybe takes out that 541, could get it going again. Remember, 2 weeks ago, it got all the way up to 960. Again, had a little bit of a news release this morning. Now, this has been a little bit whippy, the XENT. So, but definitely good looking earnings play in terms of volatility. Look at where it is right there on the weekly chart. It's sort of at that little support area if you discount these bottoming tails, and it gapped down through the 200-day moving average also. So it has that. Yeah, the MNK. If you look at in my in the alert section, I actually said gap up, but just after when I was doing this pre-market work, there it was. It had actually gapped up on earnings, but now it is all over the place. Look at that bottoming tail all the way down there. Of course, this company has been in the news for all the wrong reasons over the last little while. Fraud allegations, buying off doctors, etc., like that. So anyway, it is an earnings play today. Crocs, another one that people have heard of course. Crocs, another earnings play, maybe coming into some support or resistance right around here, but it is a nice earnings play right now. No, I'm not. It's just that what happened is I noticed it, came in the gap downs. I was just after I'd opened the room. So I'm just saying to watch it now because it is an earnings play. Hadn't really seen it. I think it was up in this area, so it hadn't really moved down, and then all of a sudden it started to move down. So it is an earnings play. Big area for it to get through, 26, 27 or so. Let me see on the daily chart, what's that look like? Yeah, so if it gets through 26, there's probably not a lot of support for this one for Mylan. It is an earnings play. AKTS. Another earnings, I'm sorry, it's not an earnings play. I think they released a product of some sort, 5G. So I think that's the reason why this one has popped up. Relatively low float, 17 million in the float. Probably a lot of resistance in this area, but that's far enough away. If it could, get through 8, there's 845 on a percentage basis. We'll have to see once the market opens, see what it does. AIG, man, I haven't even thought about these guys since 2008, 2009. Earnings play, little bit of room too. Big float, 869 million in the float. Has some room to this area. Big break on the weekly and the daily. And it looks like it closed yesterday just at 47.11. So it closed just about $1 over the 200-day moving average. So it's a nice gap off the 200-day moving average. There's another nice earnings play. Well, it's starting to come down now. SEDG. Another earnings play. Big gap up after hours. Kind of maintaining right there, but now it's starting to give it up. Now the market is weak. The market is going to have another rough open. We'll see what happens. Of course, once it opens, remember yesterday had a nice rally. I don't think it ever got positive, but it had a nice rally. Of course, I'm talking about this right there. That was a nice rally at the end of the day, but it is now gapped down again. Some more expensive ones, man, oh man. Guys, I remember when this was the only cannabis play for a long, long, long time. It does have other drugs in their pipeline, so it wasn't a sort of a one-trick pony, but man, oh man, look at this one, GWPH, lifetime earnings play. Race, another more expensive one, Ferrari. What? Pretty successful IPO from, might have been even here. Another, not a lifetime high. I guess I'll know it. It's not a lifetime high. There's the lifetime high. But another earnings play. MOS, and I had low volume. Yeah, still pretty low volume. It's an earnings play. After hours yesterday, continues down. I don't see very much support, certainly not on the weekly, certainly not on the daily. So Mosaic. PMT, this one is getting down on a financing. 8 million shares. I think it's around $21. Best thing to do, Stuart, is go to the homepage and have somebody help you. Something like that. It's hard. It's hard for me to help because it's something to do with your account. All right. So let me just give you the homepage link. And the guys are there. Everybody's there waiting. So you can definitely start a live chat with somebody, okay? And what else do we have here? And man, Beyond Meat still, what a hugely successful IPO this is. Beyond Meat. BYND. Now, we do have an IPO for today, TRVI. TRVI, and I think, just one moment, please. Let me just get my list here of IPOs. Okay, so Just give me a second here. Just got to get to the calendar. It's not. We'll see what happens. I mean, it's a 5.5 million shares, and the pricing looks like it's 10. So it's not a huge IPO. No huge names behind it. Tomorrow there is a big one. PSN, Goldman, Merrill, and Morgan Stanley behind that one. $500 million they're raising. So, all right, I'll look. You're making me look. MBRX, okay. All right, let me take a look to see what sort of upgrades and downgrades we have this morning. Just a few more of the upgrades to get in. All right, there are some of the upgrades. I'll get the downgrades in now. Just a couple more to go, and then we are done. All right, there are the upgrades and downgrades, as brought to you by briefing.com. Yeah, looking at Crocs, definitely some, looks like there's some pretty decent resistance right around here for Crocs to see what Real is looking at. Now the blend is starting to come back a little bit here. And again, it did a 1 for 50 reverse split last week, and you know, this is what we're seeing a lot of time. Now, we've got another reverse split coming on Friday. Probably nothing will happen with it on that. But again, watch this one next week. CANF, a reverse split on Friday. I think it's a 1 for 15. But we're definitely in a new world of reverse splits, the new way of looking at them as opposed to just dismissing them completely. It's always a good idea to follow them for a week or so after they did the reverse split. See if they put out, even if it's a fluffy press release, it doesn't matter. It gets it going. So this one, 1 for 15. So, you know, this will have less than 2 million in the float. Yeah, but a nickel spread right now, it widens. So now it's a dime. So Wasn't bad when I got in, actually. It was very fortunate. You got in right about that high there as it moved down and then moved back up. I thought, you know what? A lot of traders are going to look at that, take that high. You know, obviously I wish I'd got it right here, but it went way too quickly. It just needs some news, I guess, OTLK. I mean, it just needs some news to get it running here. Obviously, it has been beaten up badly. Definitely keep an eye on the Archie here. I mean, this was up to about 960 or so 2 weeks ago. It's had a flurry of activity this morning, got up to almost 6 before it pulled all the way back, but it's kind of holding this 5. Another crazy low float, 605,000 in the float. Yeah, I'm sorry. An E-gap is an earnings play, an earnings gap up, okay? It's just my shorthand for it, Graydon. So, yeah, I should probably explain that. I've been doing that for years, just shorthand that I use. Now, in this section right here, scans, I think I put it in scans. I promise you, this is a layout for the test drive if you want it. And I promise you, there's nothing pinned. It should be no problems today using it. You don't have to, of course. But remember, if you do load it and you have a layout already, make sure you save your layout before you load it because your layout will disappear. You can only have one layout loaded at a time. Also, if you still want to take part in the test drive, you can do so. The link is up here. I'll just put it in the room. So you can still sign up for the test drive. If you do it today, you'll basically get most of today, of course. I think it takes about half an hour after you sign up. I don't know why. I don't know why it's not more instant, but anyway, you might miss half an hour of today. If you want to wait to get the full 5 days, then sign up after the market closes today, and you'll still get 5 full days to try us out. Cost you $8.99. Okay, so I would wait because I'm sure there's going to be, I mean, if you want to do it right now, I can give you 15%, but there'll probably be a 20%. Depends if you want to go month to month. I mean, if you're going to go month to month and, you're taking out a standard, I mean, the difference between $108 or something is not, or $118, the difference is not that great between a 15% or a 20%, but so, I mean, if you want to do it right now, more than welcome to, of course. If you click on the subscription link, right there, click on the subscription link, you'll see there's a promo code. But if you want to wait, maybe to the end of the week or early next week, there's probably a slightly better discount. And that's because we usually always have you're going to do the year, so why don't you wait then? Or Well, if you're on the test drive now, I mean, so you'll have access to the full program anyway. So, okay, so you may as well wait. Might as well get the best discount. All right, get rid of these two and bring in my gappers. Again, I don't know how active trading I'll be again today. Usually the first 2 days I have more questions than is usual because of the test drive, which is absolutely fine. But I've already kind of made my day already in the pre-market with the blend trade, so I don't have anxiety to trade. Okay, so if you click on the scans, Wolf, right here, click on the scans link. I put it there, layout for the test drive. Remember, it's not this layout here. It's slightly, it's quite a bit different, but some people like to see have a layout already. So, but remember, if you do it, make sure you save your layout. If you have a layout already, save it to the cloud, because you can only have one layout loaded at a time. Interactive brokers. I mean, most brokers allow pre-market trading. You just have to designate it. What isn't working today? Really? No. Oh my goodness, don't tell me I did something stupid again. What time is it? 9:27? Just a minute. Okay, I'm going to get rid of this. I mean, the layout is no big deal. I think I know what I did. Time is it? 9:27? I think I have just enough time to try this. All right, well, that should work. All right, well, that should work now. Anyway, let's see, now I've got to get these guys here. What time is it? 9:29. Mark's going to open in less than a minute. I'm going to scramble to get these things here. Have a great trading day today, guys. Well, it says it's there, but I'm not. I can't. I'll have to look at it again because it says it's there for me. But all right, all right. We're now open. All right, MNK. Boy, MNK after the gap up, big gap down now. MNK. Zent XENT is the one I shorted pre-market. Took a little loss on it. It looks like it. I mean, it's been a little bit choppy. Now look at Blend. Blend now is almost back to the pre-market highs. Well, not quite. Okay, when it was there, it was very whippy, guys. Here's one that's an earnings play after hours today. That's at 0.75. Now, typically, even if I were trading a lot, I would normally be sitting out the first 15 anyway, just to let things settle down a little bit. Things can be very whippy in the first 15 minutes. Now, yeah, an earnings play ARMK. Big gap down here. Look at the daily. Look at this big gap down here, ARMK. But again, it can be very whippy in the first 15 minutes. Another earnings play, Gluu, GLUU. SY, not an earnings play, but it is, oh, right. This is the IPO from last week. SY, moving here, SY. You're a cheap one, cheap earnings play. Probably has some support around that 360 mark. Just been beaten up over the last several months, actually. Sedge is SEDG. SEDG, wow, it looks like it's trying to take out the post-market high after hours yesterday. Big, nice earnings play for it. What are the rest of the solars doing? See if the rest of the solars are following suit. Not yet, anyway. So this one, AD&T, is an earnings play also. The volume was very light, but moving down now on earnings, AD&T. Tough spread right now, 20-cent spread. I don't see that. I don't see that BLD is halted. What's the volume? Maybe that's the reason. Oh, that's why. The volume isn't strong, or that's pretty amazing. 420 shares. AVGR. Yeah, I don't see any news for it. It's, obviously it is moving. I don't see any news for it. A lot of volume coming into it. Doesn't trade very much usually. It actually has earnings after hours tomorrow, so I don't know if people are thinking it's going to be good. I don't see any news for it though. It's got a lot of resistance around that one level. For me, I look at the daily or the weekly. So it's the 200-day moving average is right there also, 77 cents. So wow, MYL just tanking here now underneath that whole number. Really not a lot of support for this. Should back out that weekly chart just to see. Oh man, there's no to go back to when. Yeah, there's no support for MYL. No support at all. MYL. And it is an earnings play. No, Sedge is on the move. SEDG. SEDG. Earnings play. It's taken out now the after hours high yesterday. It's right there. Now Blend is resilient. I'm not in it anymore. Very resilient. Remember, it did get up to 16 4 weeks ago. No sound. Hopefully there's sound. Just want to do a sound check. Sound check. We're okay. Test, test, test. Okay. I'd love for MYL just to settle down just a little bit. Just a little bit. Because look how, it got down to 25.39. It popped right up 60 cents in a heartbeat. So this is why it's tough sometimes right off the bat. Let you take fewer shares. Blend had some news. Why is it really up though? Because it's such a low float. Oops. Oh. Low float. Had a little news. All right, so here's an earnings play, CDEV. What do we have here for resistance? Not a huge amount of room. Yeah, Blend looks like it's going to crash right through 10. Tried, 10.11. MOS continues down. Again, I don't think there's any support for this one. Mosaic. What's the spread like? Actually, it's a great spread, 2-cent spread. Well, Martin, we may not have liked the way Beyond Meat opened, but it could have had all you wanted at 46. All we wanted. Yeah, PJ. Wow. Yes. 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 Another earnings play. Service Master. Big gap up here on the weekly and the daily. Look at this. Big gaps. Another 5 minutes for that first 15. Look how whippy the blend is right now. All right, so you can see Diplomat is trying to bounce back here. Yeah, I couldn't get the XENT. It's down 25%, so I could not get it. Uptick rule. Look, oh man, it's hard to watch this. Beyond Meat. So why do I? I don't know. Torturing myself. Well, it's the one I wanted so badly to swing, but kind of got dissuaded a little bit by the how it opened. Anyway, you take 100 shares, I'd be up 5,000. You don't have to take a lot. XENT. If you're wondering what I'm talking about, the uptick rule, because it's down over 10%, you have to wait for some action at the ask, and then even then, you're probably in a queue with a lot of other people who want to short it. So I just couldn't get it. XENT. Oh, well, there are other stocks. MYL is another one that's down. Wow, it's just down 10% now. Okay, MYL. Let's see if this holds this area here. Yeah, well, you'll find that with a lot of. I mean, there are obviously some brokers probably with BLIN shorts, but the way I look at it is that a lot of these with the super low floats, probably not going to find a lot of shorts available at a lot of brokers. I'm not saying your broker probably sitting there saying, "Hey, my broker has them." But in general, IB has a lot of shorts available for many stocks. So. All right. Here's 15 in the books. All right, watching MYL right here. It had a little pop up. I don't think there's any, let me back this out again. I don't think there's any support for, I think I already went through this. Yeah, there's no support for MYL. So I'm in it. We got in at 48, 25.48 short. Got a fairly tight stop on it. Can always do it again. You're just watching. I'll get into the announcement section soon, but just want to watch this, see if I'm going to take any out. Usually like to take something out if it. All right. Well, I got some out of 24.32, 25.32. Just in case. It can be a whippy one. I'm talking to MYL. The short 25.48, covered some at 25.32. Get it in the alert, I'll post it, but I just have to watch. Okay, now it's starting to move down again, so I'll quickly put it here. You notice that it was just not quite down 10% when I got it. And that's why I was able to get it. That's why I did it. It was just not quite down 10%. So I thought I'd take it when I did. And so far, it's okay. Now, Archie just triggered for me, guys. Archie just triggered for me, taking out on a price alert. Doesn't mean I'm going to hop in it, but just took out, I mean, it didn't take out the topping tail there. But definitely on the move, another low float situation. No, it's right here. I can see it right there. Stand in the single stock window. But I mean, it's also in IB, of course. Okay. Okay, Stuart, good. You got to be comfortable. Meanwhile, look at this one, ITRI. What a level for this maybe to break. It would still have some room. ITRI is an earnings play, ITRI. The whole number break too. So what are the highs right there? High on the weekly is 62.21 and 61.93. So 62.21 is the next high looking left on the weekly. After that, look at this, you know, room to 67. Again, when I say that, I don't mean it's going to get there. I have no idea. if it can get there, but at least you don't have to worry about blockage on the chart. And there it goes. What's the spread like? It's a tough spread. Yeah, it's a tough spread. 35, 40-cent spread. It's tough to commit. Well, it showed up, it's an earnings play. Okay, so it showed up in the pre-market. You see there's, who asked that question? Steve. So it showed up in the pre-market on my earnings, the window that I use, the scan that I use for pre-market activity. So you see there's the tan area. So it's an earnings play. The 0.25 means release earnings before the market opened today. So it was already, so that is what got my attention. Now it also, it appears in the gap down window, but initially it was, in the pre-market. And you can have that, all the scans, if you're part of the test drive or you're a TraderDay subscriber, if you click on that room icon, the room drive icon, it looks like a half open folder, scans that I share, they're all there, including the pre-market. And if you're part of the test drive, remember, anything you do this week, any layout that you might create, any windows, just save them to the cloud. Very simple to do. Right click, save, okay? The reason I say that is that if you decide to take a subscription later on, and later on could be, a year from now, everything you've done this week will be there for you, as long as you save it to the cloud. Yeah, that is, SPY is, wow, it's a big, that's pretty cool now that we have this little indicators here. So the comp is down 98 and Dow is down almost 300. Do I trade pre-market? I do. I don't do it all the time, but I did today. I took a couple of trades in the pre-market. It's up in the alert section, Pope, right up here. You can see it traded Blend and traded XENT, took a little loss on XENT and did very well on the Blend. MYL, come on down. Let's see if you can crack through 25. There's no support. I mean, there's just, you look at a weekly chart, look at a daily chart. I mean, there's just no support for it. Big psychological number to get through though, 25. Whole numbers are psychological on their own, but there are some 25, 50, 75, 100, of course. So we'll see if it can crack through 25. Yeah, so the IPO today, TRVI, I don't think it's going to be that exciting, but I may be wrong. Not that many shares. Well, that's not the problem. Only $10 though. So they're not raising that much money, and you don't have like the big names behind it. So, but we'll see. Just waiting on the MYL, see if it can. I'll, I'll probably cover some more, say around 25.08 if it doesn't crack through 25. Yeah, that should be relatively simple to create, John. And Vicky has gone to tech support, so we have a low float filter. So, I mean, I've got the low float on the moves right here. All right, guys, I've just covered some more at 25.04. Just in case it cannot crack through the 25. Well, John, you know what? Take this one then. I'll just pop this in. I'll unpin it. Just take this one. This is a low float. These are low floaters on the move. And this is what I've used. The float is going to be no more than 10 million. You can adjust that, of course. And what I've got here is, these are, it's not just so much that you're looking for low floats, but they've got to be moving. So the volume the last minute, 2,000% of normal, things like that. But, so this is up to you. I've just used 10 million just to find the really low floaters. You can change that to 20 million, whatever value you want. I'm out most of it now. I'm just going to hold on to a little bit in case it cracks through 25. In the same way, L. Yeah, this is a development version I'm on. I think it's 4.2.77. So you guys have up to, I think, 4.274. All right, so it's not available yet for you guys, but it should be soon. Yeah, Avid is ringing in my ear here. It's a earnings play. So I haven't even looked at any of the floaters this morning to see if any one of them have really run since the original alert. So OSMT 448, no. Let me look at this. I mean, it did have some gap up on phase 3 results. This was after hours, almost completely given it up. Low float, 7.9 million in the float. This had an active day yesterday. Ritter hit 109, hit 109 this morning, 109 yesterday. And of course the blend, Tate. Haven't seen this one. I'm not sure I've ever seen this one, to be honest. MOXC. Where are they located? Yeah, that's a China stock. All right, so yeah, this is another earnings play, WBT earnings play. Wow, I mean, look at the weekly on this one. Maybe some support around 1534. If it cracks through that, look at this. You know, look at the daily, look at the weekly. And obviously all out of the Mylan. So it's a nice quick trade, pretty quick trade anyway. Okay, you guys talking about Plag. It didn't show up here. Obviously, let's see why not. Oh, the volume is too low, that's why. But who knows? Maybe it'll continue here. Just needs the volume. Just needs you know, some buying here because there's no volume yet. It's moved up that amount on very little volume. Okay, real. Just one moment, please. Okay, so let's see. Plag. No, the volume is still not, I mean, it could really, you know, at the end of the day, who knows what it's going to be. I mean, it's obviously picking up and there has to be a reason. I don't see any specific news for it. It's not an earnings play, so. Mosaic. Oh, actually, it's only down 5.8%. Mosaic. I think I'm going to just set an alert at the low of the day for Mosaic. 23.75. What's the spread like? Good spread, 2 cents. Okay. See if it can take this out. I don't see any support for it. Let me just okay, back this out. So there's maybe a little bit of support in this area here. That is not quite 2 years ago. So that might be support for it. Well, we'll see. I mean, this is a big area for well, not a big area, but I mean, it's a low of the day. Yeah, I don't know about that support I was looking at. I think really this is it here. Maybe some support right around here. which is 22. That's about $1 away. So you know what? It still has some room. That's the MOS ZIC. Wow, look at EVER. What's the volume like? Not huge. Well, it's a relative volume is huge, 9.5. This does not, no Holly yet. No, this does not trade very much, obviously. What's the volume? Not the volume, but the spread. Yeah, but a 10-cent spread for this one. Look at the room it's got. Yeah, I'm a terrible bounce player. You know, okay, just checking some of these earnings plays. Taco. All right, guys, I'm just kind of, so that ARCI didn't do anything. Shoot. Okay, not shoot, but MYL. Well, I don't have very much left. I just kept a little bit in case it popped through 25. It did briefly. That's the MYL. Well, right now, I mean, I'm kind of trying to concentrate on the earnings plays, Pope, because, you know, the earnings plays are going to be dynamic all day. But if it's not, you know, the gap, they all have, you know, their moments in the sun, shall we say? You know, the gap up and gap downs are pretty consistent. I mean, obviously these are the ones that should be active all day. Most of them are probably earnings plays. But when we're out of earnings season, which is basically next week, we'll still see some gappers. So I will concentrate on those. But I don't, you know, I mean, I don't trade very much. You know, so I mean, I may only trade 3 or 4 stocks a day. No, I say I don't have much of the MYL left, but better get my levels in here. 25.48. Well, what, you know, successful in that they're pointing us into stocks that are active. So, I mean, if you're trying to intraday trade, of course, you want to zero in on the stocks that are active. Oh yeah, my own money, absolutely. I'll probably take a short on Mosaic if it gets back into the 60s. MOS. Take a short on it if it gets back into the 60s. Wow. Wish I had more. And of course, the market doing what it's doing. I know a lot of you out there don't want to short or afraid or whatever the term I want to use, but man, you've got to short. You've got to break that phobia about not wanting to short or thinking that it's a risk too risky or whatever. All right, guys, I'm in the Mosaic. 69, 25, 23, 69. Man, MYL just, my original short was at 25.48, so almost $1. I don't have, well, listen, if it gets 24, I have enough that it'll be okay. Oh yeah, there are certain ones that, yeah, like Beyond Meat. Okay, Mosaic is turning against me, so I may be hopping out of this one soon. Give it another few pennies here. And I'm watching the market. I mean, the earnings plays will trade on their own to a certain extent, but of course, the market will help. All right, I got out of the Mosaic. Don't like the way it's trading, so I took 11-cent loss on the Mosaic. Yeah, I see this one. Yeah, 498. What did it pop up to? 524. Low floater on the move. JVA, not an earnings play. Now, I may have the Mosaic if it gets back into the 60s. Okay, we have a Holly alert. If you have Holly, see it? Well, if you're part of the test drive, there you go. Here's your first one. Now, I don't know how easy it would have been to get at that price. Probably not easy. It looked like it popped down pretty quickly. It's a short, of course. 25.41 earnings play. So it should be active all day. Man, MYL. Well, see if it gets closer and closer to that next whole number. Yeah, we're down now 341 on the Dow. Wow. All right, take another kick at the Mosaic, guys. 2367 this time. Let's see if it can move down with the market too. No, okay. You said it was going to go to 23. Great. Is it really? I don't have it on the halts. It was volume. It's halted. I don't see that it's halted, but I mean, I see a horrible spread. I don't think it's halted. MWA. Look at this one. Mueller Water Products, another earnings play. Look at this. That's some room down to the 9 level. Hey guys, remember we do have a little swing trading tab for you. So those of you who are inclined to look at potential swing trades, you can go in there, you can discuss with other traders what you're looking at, what you like. Don't just pop in a symbol though. Make sure that if you're going to say, well, I like this one, sort of give a general idea about why. All right. So there is swing trading right there. Uh, It depends what you mean by a trading coach. I'm going to say no. Everybody's different. If you're talking about somebody I could literally turn to, and that's no. Well, this is my job. There's nothing. This is the regular job, if you will. Okay, just waiting on this mosaic to see if it gets back up to the where I just shorted it. I'll probably get out. It's just not dynamic enough yet for me. All right, just kind of watching. Just kind of watching some of this. Okay, Zine. You know, wow, Zine, how erratic it. Look at that. Look at that weekly candle from last week. Look at the topping tail, the bottoming tail. Now it's at the high of last week, over the high of last week. All right, Mylan, are you going to take out that whole number? Okay, you see that Holly got stopped out on the Zant. So interesting. I mean, it's an earnings play. Now, just so you know, there is the potential if it comes back to 25.79, you'll get a re-entry price, a re-entry alert. You don't have to do it, of course, but it's halfway between, and this is a short. So there was a short at 25.41, got stopped out at 26.16. So it actually now has gone back down to 25.79. That's why we get an alert again. So it might give us a reshaping opportunity at a better price. We have the VWAP at 30.10. Yeah, and this is pretty accurate. All right, guys, I'm all out of the Mylan now. That's it. Didn't have very much left, but I'm all out of it now. At 24.23. Didn't look like it was going to be able to crack through that 25.24. Got down to 23.95, I believe, putting a little bit of a bounce now. So I'm all out of the Mylan, MYL. Now just kind of waiting on the Mosaic, see if it can really crack down our MOS. Getting a little delay here. Okay, we're back now. Yeah, I don't have your excitement for that one, Thomas. Tomorrow definitely, but I don't have the excitement that you seem to have for this one, TRVI. But we'll see. You never know. Yeah, no, you're right. I mean, it's definitely looking weaker and weaker. But I'm happy with what I did with the Milan. Just waiting on the Mosaic to see if it can take out that 50 and a little assault on the 23 level. Yeah, well, what I see here, well, if you shorted at 750, that's great. You know, it looks like it's maybe trying to base a little bit here. Yeah, you're right on the MYL. Look at that crack down through 24. You know, it's obviously in rest mode. The volume is dried up. You know, nothing really shaking on the weekly. It's not an earnings play. Yeah, they had news. That's right. They had news with some 5G device that's going to market, I believe. CRSM. I don't know that one. CarSmart. Oh, that's why I don't know it. 8 cents. Well, hey, you never. Looks like pink sheet stock, right? Yeah, pink sheets. Now, we don't do a lot of pink sheets in this room, but interesting. Was that still not down 10% yet? So people can still short this easily. Well, yeah. I mean, you look at it. What was it? What was it again? What was it again? What's the symbol? Oh, AKTS, right. Yeah, I mean, just look. It's just look like it's trying to rest right here. No, I mean, it's just in stall mode, no volume. Volume is decreasing, so it's just kind of stalling right now. See, now it looks like it's trying to curl a little bit here. So yeah, I mean, I know what I'd be doing, but as you're not an investment advisor. Well, I'd be taking, I would, for me, I'd be covering some. I would hate to see it because it does have news. So, I mean, who knows? Investors are looking at this maybe and thinking, okay, maybe the end is, or maybe the bottom is in, and who knows? Maybe you get a little surge. So, for me, if I'm, from 750 to 730-ish, I mean, that's not a bad percentage move. I'd probably be covering some. But again, that's not advice, all right? Not advice. All right, Mosaic, you are doing what I wanted you to do. Take advantage of this week, guys. I mean, 1,000 companies releasing earnings. Next week, we're drying. Just one moment, please. Okay, so the IPOs, there's no definitive time. I mean, a lot of times they release around 10:30, okay, but there's no definitive time. You just have to wait. Believe me, we'll all know if you have the halts resumes. I always say this: the little quirk of this filter or alert is that IPOs show up as a resume most of the time. However, I've already added it. Symbol lists. Where's my IPOs? IPOs. And where are you? There you are, TRVI. So I've already added it to my IPO list. So, I've got my IPO tracker here. So the minute so even if you're, sometimes they don't show up in the resumes, but if it, once it starts trading, it'll show up right here. So you want to start tracking IPOs, just a symbol list of them. Well, have they canceled it? Oh, you know what? They changed that then. They changed that because this morning it was definitely at Tuesday. Oh, no, wait a minute. Today is Tuesday. Expected to trade 5/7. But I have to admit, it actually did say Tuesday. But we'll see. Where are you getting? Okay, so Casa, where are you getting the information from? Well, I'm not that excited about this one. That's all. It seems, that it's supposed to be released today, but okay. Well, we'll see. Again, I'm not that excited about it anyway. Look, tomorrow, PSN with Goldman and Morgan Stanley. I'm sure that'll probably be a way more interesting one. Yeah, when it comes, it comes. All right, guys, I just covered some of the mosaic at 31. I actually wanted it a little earlier, but I was watching that IPO calendar. So covered some at 23:31. Okay, so it is 10:38. So time to talk about the links. Okay, first of all, if this is your first time in the room, either as a part of the test drive or just you're here just because you're the first time in the room, as you know, this room is free. We're like this every day. I open the room every morning at 9 o'clock and start to share my screen, then get live on the mic at about 9:05, and then go up to 3:30 Mondays to Thursdays and up to 3 o'clock on Fridays. And as I say, the room is free. You don't have to be a member of Trade Ideas to be in the room. If you are a Trade Ideas subscriber or you're part of the test drive, if you click on this Room Drive icon, looks like a half open folder, probably beside my name, click on it and you'll see I've got one document called Scans That I Share, download. You'll see many, many scans that I'm sharing. Some of the ones you see on my screen, on my monitor that I'm sharing, but I have two other monitors and there are scans on those monitors also. All right, so you can take a look at, and again, even if you're part of the test drive, remember, anything you do in the test drive, as long as you save your work to the cloud, individual windows or your layout to the cloud, if at some point in the future you take out a subscription to Trade Ideas, all the stuff you did this week will be still there for you, all right? Be available as long as you save everything to the cloud. Okay, you're going to take a look at, wow, look at Mosaic. Okay, take a look at the links now. So if you want to take out a subscription right now, click on the subscription link. And you can see there's a promo code there, Barry4Alpha, all in caps, 15% savings. But if you're part of the test drive and you're pretty sure you're going to take out a subscription, you may as well wait because there'll be a slightly better promo code, all right? This is how Trade Ideas, how much it'll cost, depending on the promo code that you get. But our standard is $1068 a year minus the 15% right now with that promo code. The premium is $2268 a year minus the 15%. The big difference is Holly. Holly is a little bit of activity this morning, but not much. You can always start off with a standard monthly plan, $118 a month minus the 15%, or the premium, $228 minus the 15%. The discount is only good for the first month. Okay, after that month, a second here. After that month, if you maintain your subscription, and these are just month to month, there's not a contract, then it'll go back to the 118 or the 228. Now, if you decide you want to upgrade from standard to premium or from monthly to yearly, you do it within 30 days. In other words, say by June the 6th, you can do so, and we will honor the promo code. Brokerage Plus, $1,100 minus that 15%. It's a one-time license fee. What that really means is that if you unsubscribe at any point to Trade Ideas and then you resubscribe, Brokerage Plus is still waiting there for you. It's a one-time license fee. And this is what it looks like. So right now, to use Brokerage Plus, you need an Interactive Brokers account and our premium service, all right? And so basically this window that you see here would replace the way you use, would replace your order entry that you use right now for Interactive Brokers, all right? It's a little easier on the eyes, you know, big sell, buy buttons. We have some hotkeys here, flatten, get out of a position, get out of half, double your position, reverse, go from long to short, short to long. Click on an alert. It'll load here. You can pick how many shares you want to trade. And of course, you'll see the bid and the ask here. Pick the price you want. That's the simplest way to use it. The next level would be you click on alert. You like what you see ahead of time. Very simple to set up your own buying and shorting parameters. Very simple to do it. Click how you want to trade it. It'll show up. If you're an active trader, I got 8 positions open, 10, 15 positions open. Great way visually to manage all your trades. If you're one of the few customers that we have that like to create their own strategies and backtest them using our backtesting tool. Backtest strategy, so that you're supremely confident that when a symbol shows up, it auto trades it, basically bypassing having to pick how you want to trade it. Okay, so you can auto trade it. Yes, I'm not even going to go going over auto trading, Holly. I don't recommend it, but if you're bound and determined, then please watch this webinar right there that Dan and Brad, co-founders of Trade Ideas, did early February. Manage your expectations of auto trading, Holly. Okay. Yeah, Dean, I'm not 100% sure you can do that. I know that it is obviously something that has to be added, or because you can do it when you're backtesting, you can do it. The best thing to do is to go to the home page and ask the question. I'm not sure it's available yet. And let me just get you the homepage link, okay? I just literally asked how to set a trailing stop. And I'm not 100% sure you can do it. Meet Holly. You can click on that link, find out what Holly's all about. Click on this link, strategy descriptions. I better change this one. At least this one had some. So if you're wondering what some of these mean, putting on the brakes, downward dog, Mighty Mouse, what are these looking for? You can click on that link. These are the ones that made the cut today because they had the proper profit factor and win percentage combination. You look at the downward dog, 8.7, 73.5. That's excellent. What happened with any? Yeah, the Zent did well. You see here. Remember, I was talking about the re-entry. So there was your re-entry for Zent, 25.79. It's modestly working now, 25.69. So it got stopped. So it got stopped out in the initial short. There was a trigger again at 10.23. In fact, that's working. Whoa, look at this now, guys. That's why. So you could, the theory being is that, okay, Holly was a little early on this one. So we're going to give you a second shot at it. We create a secondary entry, which was right there. You can see the trigger. Why there's no trigger here? Because these are nothing highly scientific. Basically, all these are halfway between the entry and the stop. Now, these are shorts, of course. So these can be set immediately because it's just math, halfway between the entry and the stop. And then you'll know if it's triggered if something if you get something in the reentry time column. So for this to, let's see, it hasn't been stopped out there, but I mean, let's say pretend that TXMD got stopped out at 420. If it got back down to 407, you'd get a reentry. So right now, that's not a bad reentry at all. 2579, 2548 right now. Training, Monday to Thursday at noon Eastern time. You can sign up for all the training courses we have. The webinars, Monday to Thursday at 5 o'clock Eastern. They're all archived. You should have the latest version of Trade Ideas, especially if you want that feature, the reentry. You'll need the latest version of Trade Ideas, which is 4.2.74. You'll also, if you want to have monthly and weekly charts, you'll need that version. If you don't know what version you've got, just click on Help and About. I'm on a development version, but you can have 4.2.74. You can take out a demo of Trade Ideas using that link. I do a daily video. I'll be doing one today between 1:15 and 1:45 every day. Brokers Plus, I've gone over. Trade of the week, before the market opens every Monday morning. It's a free service. Having all three hollies open at once. I mean, as I said yesterday, we're getting rid of the idea of having three hollies. We're just going to have one big one. In essence, there are some changes happening. How can I explain it? The easiest way to explain it is that you'll probably still get the same number of alerts, but it'll just be one window. I think, though, you'll also see, where they're coming from. Personally, I don't really care. I don't care where the alert is coming from. All I like to do is sort on the risk on profit percent column, see which ones are performing the best, and see if there are any, if I'm not in the stock at right at the alert, is it setting up later on for me still? I just use it as a watch list. Okay, the only black background I got though is here, right on the SPY and in here. The mouse pointer, I think, is as big as it can be. Yeah, I can see well, doesn't it turn white though? Isn't it smart? Isn't it turning white in the SPY chart? It's not. See, on my screen it is. Interesting. All right. I'll play around with it later, maybe. Yeah, that one opened. LCHU opened. Yeah, I don't know. This is anything with a U after it. I just don't even pay attention to. But meanwhile, we've got still some great earnings plays. I mean, can't do everything, but look at this one, USFD. Look at it on the weekly, so it still has a little bit of room. Well, it did open. This is the one. It appears maybe the other one is not going to open, but anyway, LCAHU. Okay, just looking at couple things here. Looking at the sedge here, SEDG is basing. Nice earnings play so far. Yeah, there's something going on with this. I mean, obviously this may have been another or trading under another name. I mean, that's why you see this. I mean, it's a true IPO. There'd be just one candle right now. So that's why I didn't even put it in my IPO list. Yeah, just forget about it. Move on. Yeah, I've been sort of following a little bit of the Pitbull stuff. I mean, it's hard for me to do everything, but I think the Pitbull stuff will probably come more into play because it will have fewer earnings plays, so there won't be as many dynamic moves, and so I'll be probably concentrating on the Pitbull scans a little bit more. Because right now, look, the earnings plays are where it's at. Just because they've got. I mean, I know I mentioned this one earlier today, right? Or probably right around here is CDEV. I see a 1040. When did it first come in? 1044, 1038. Yeah, and it's an earnings play too. Is that Macenta? I thought. Yeah, I saw this one yesterday too. I don't. So there's Cent and Centa. That's the other thing too. I mean, unless it's an earnings play, moving up. I mean, I'd be a little reluctant to go long anything, to be honest, right now, the way the market is, unless it's an earnings play, something that's trading on its own. They always talk about the concept of the alpha stock that trades on its own. It doesn't care within reason what the rest of the market is doing. And as usual, lift is all over the place. All right, Mosaic still, I'm still holding up for maybe the 23 break. I can do that. I already took some off at 23.31. So even though it popped up a little bit, that allows me to, not worry so much about as it starts moving up. Okay, one moment, please. Yeah, that is a massive reversal of my MYL, and I'm still holding out for the Mosaic to see if it can crack that 23 mark. Meanwhile, I have something I have to do, so you might hear some pages rustling. What, you talking about the Mosaic? Oh, I am out of the MYL now. I'm long gone. I'm only in Mosaic right now, MOS. You can do what now with the my land. Okay, got to put myself on here just for a second. I'm going to be doing some rattling around here, so just to put myself on for a minute here. All right. Back again, just waiting on the market to see if it can crack through 23. So do you have it? The Pitbull scan is in here. Just click on the room drive. All right. It's right there. Scans that I share, download. It's right there. Okay. Just find they have the folder. It looks like a half open folder. It's called Room Drive. All right. Just find that icon, click on it, and click and download the scans that I share. They're all there. Can you not see it? Right there. Well, I guess people aren't working out anymore. Nautilus, look at Nautilus, NLS. Boy, this is not a lifetime low, but I don't see any support for Nautilus. NLS, big gap down on the weekly and the daily earnings play. All right, guys. Well, I'm just going to sort of sit back and relax a little bit here. Aha! Always amused by this one. Okay, let's see what has this one done. So I missed the email earlier, but I saw that Spruce Point, big short seller. Last night they teased another one of these. We're going to put out a email today, meaning today or tomorrow. Remember seeing this last night. So exposing some other company. There it is, KRNT. I love it. Downside risk to approximately 450 to 930 a share. Their opinion, of course. That is the reason for the sell-off. Well, let me see. I mean, let me see what time it came out for me. Came out at 10:32 for me. No, I didn't see it because I wasn't paying attention, but it came out at 10:32. Oh, really? Oh, I didn't see that. What was it? What time did you get the email? Because I'm pretty sure they stacked them. Oh, I. Okay, so I got mine earlier than you. All right, guys. Mosaic doesn't look it's going to take out that 23, so probably going to get out of it. Yeah, I got the email right here, right on that candle there. So, but it was already down. Well, I got my email at 10:32, so it's 11:08 now. So about the same, about 36 minutes ago, 34, 30. Yeah, it's about the same. All right. It is. Let me check it. Torps. Yeah, it's PSN. You know, just you. I mean, guys interested in IPOs, just click on that link. You'll see them there. You know, there it is. No, because it's Goldman, Morgan Stanley, and then of course on Thursday another one, AXLA, Goldman, Morgan. But Parsons, I don't think it's a bio. Let me just check. Yeah, it's not a bio. So we'll have to see. But this one obviously is a bio. So this might be a little more interesting, but we'll see. Look at the full. I mean, 3.6 million shares. So you know, that is 18.5 million shares. I mean, these are still low, but this one, I mean, who knows what could happen with only 3.6 million. Yeah, you always have to go to the website. I do. I have to also, Lee. No, I mean, I just basically bookmark the website, but I have to do the same. It's nothing. Like I just put TI login. So I have to go through the same thing as you guys. All right, guys, things have really settled down now. I'm not getting any more alerts, no more sound alerts right now. No, I did just get this one, YJ. So this is not a good IPO. I remember this, it popped all the way up to 18, sold off. Almost a red bar, well, it is a red bar ignored CI on the 15s. Now it's a downtrend though, but so I don't think it's certainly not as powerful. Well, guys, I closed my eyes on this one, and boy, the spread just really widened on me. I actually took the YJ short, but the spread just widened on me, so I have to be very careful on it. The YJ short I got in at 1281. It was like 1280, 1281. Very nice, and then the spread got crazy. So I'll have to be very careful about that one. I'll put it here, but I have to be pretty careful on it. You too, Jillian. Be like oh. And so I'm in two right now, the YJ, but I'm skeptical of it right now. Yeah, very skeptical. That spread got crazy, and I'm still the Mosaic MOS. All right, guys, I'm just watching the YJ here. Gets into the high 80s, I'm out. Okay. I'm out, 4-cent loss on it. I might take a look at it again if the spread doesn't get crazy again. Well, Thomas, you can't make blanket statements like that. The only way to make money is by swing trading. You can't make statements like that. Obviously, there's a way to make money by doing what a lot of us do, intraday trading. I'm sure a lot of people make money swing trading too. But to say the only way, yeah, if you get lucky, yeah, you get lucky on a Blinn or a TTR, sure. But you can't say the only way. Interesting. Cray has earnings after hours today. All right. There, takes that out. It's got $1.50 or so, or $2 anyway, down to that next area. Jeff, so when you say here it is, what does that mean? Oh, for PJ. Oh, yeah. The reason listen, guys, I mean, I could spend all day long posting links into the room. I used to do that, but so yes, I make you guys work just a little bit by putting all the links to a document, and so you can download them and take a look at the ones you want. Otherwise, I can spend all day posting links into the room. So that's why I do it this way now. Did the spread a little better for that one? Yeah, a lot better now. Boy, when we first this morning, it was really tough. Oops. You guys might be hearing the sounds of a very contented cat. Yeah, there's the this Real's talking about. There's the VWAP 5044, so has some room. Lots and lots of resistance, you would think, right around this area, 54, but that's far enough away. Mr. Mike from Gig Harbor, how are you? Boy, this is now it's an ugly looking weekly chart, but boy, it takes this out. This or the SNY. Okay, getting maybe interested again in the YJ. What's the spread like? That's still bad spread. Still hanging tough with the MOS. Willing it to try to break free. Doesn't look like it will though. Though you got have some topping tails there, but you do have a little bottoming tail there. Again, what does that mean? That means the buyers tried to knock it up there, or took it up there. Sellers knocked it back down. Buyers tried again. Sellers knocked it back down. So we're still kind of in uncertain mode right here. I saw it earlier. Yeah, glue. I saw glue earlier. You know, it's been showing up on the gap. It's a earnings play. You just can't do them all. You know, there's just so much activity right now. But right at my alley is a percentage, yes. Especially on that 10 break right there. Oh, I have no thoughts on it. Are you in it? I mean, there's nothing happening. Jern, nothing. Then earnings next week, but there's just nothing happening. Is it really? Must be low volume, under 20,000 shares. Yeah, that's why. Where are you finding these? Well, then you must be, you have more patience than I do. Okay, I'm just looking at actually a little scan that I'm kind of monitoring just for a bit here. Concrete Pumpings Holdings. If you're asking me, Stuart, I don't have any. I don't even know what you mean. Yeah, I see how earning season, I mean, earning season just, all it means for me is a lot more stocks during the day have good volatility in them, good range in them. That's all it means to me. Whoa, this one, Del Frisco's, the break here underneath that whole number. And this is a lifetime low now. Well, it's 5 cents away from a lifetime low for Del Frisco's. Boy, I want to watch this one. So the lifetime low is obviously 585 or so, 586. Well, yeah, it depends. If your strategy has a lot of earnings plays in it, then I mean, earnings can do anything. All right, guys, I'm definitely watching this Del Frisco's. I want to see if I take out that little low of 580 or so, and I may have to jump short on this one. Let me just. Okay, I do have my alert set, so if it happens, I get the alert. I'll know about it. Though I'm going to take a break today, my normal break at around 11:50. All right, so there's LCI. So after basing quite a bit, uncertainty, green, red. Now looks like it wants to drop LCI, and it is an earnings play. Yes. Look at the weekly chart. So it has room maybe down to the 7 level, 719 or so on daily. The 200-day moving average is far enough away, so could be interesting. Aha. Now could be interesting. Definitely a red bar ignored here in the means for ABIO, ABIO. Look at the trend. Look at that nice trend up. Red bar is engulfed by the previous green candle. Next bar is green. 1266 is the, wow. As I'm talking, look at that. Oh, geez, yeah, I should have just, well, politely shouldn't have been talking as much and just doing it. I mean, look at this. That's a classic, guys. That's an absolute classic. We have a nice uptrend, the little red bar, the little stall, the little pause in the upward trend, and then the resumption. And, you know, if you're going to, 1266 was the high. I'm not sure you could have got it right at 1266, but probably in the 70s. How long is it going to last? I don't know. Well, there is a scan, and this one probably would have found it. It's part of the premium service, and it literally needs 4 in a row. And then, so this Wow, look at that. My goodness. Yeah, I see it all the way down there. Yes, Pitbull, I do see that. 1220 I have. I have it at 1220. 1037 at 1220. Wow. What a move off that bar ignored. So anyway, yeah, we do have the premium service red bar ignored on the, well, that was on the 15s. That would put up almost for sure because it needs 4 green candles and then the red. I'll just, can't do a history on those, so. So here's another one. I mean, it is showing up. You can see why. I mean, these are can't, but it's not quite the nice uptrend. But there are 4 green candles. There's the red bar, totally engulfed. Next candle is green. You get an alert at 109.26. Whether it continues or not, you know, we don't know. So this is not a strategy, all right? This is pattern recognition, how you handle it, and also look at once. Obviously, this is a buyout. But let's take a look at FII. FII is interesting. There's the classic, there's the uptrend, there's the red bar ignored. 31.91 would have been the trigger. Yep, 31.91. Now, do they, again, you know, they don't all, but I'd be watching this one. See if it continues. It's not an earnings play. See if it takes it out again. Probably has to, but you know, that the other thing is you always have to look at the weekly and the daily, is make sure there's no near-term resistance. So again, it's pattern recognition. Then you always have to consult. In fact, look at the daily yesterday. Daily yesterday was 31.93. So you know, it almost has to probably break 32 to get going. And even then, it's not fantastic because you look at the weekly and there's, you know, it's not that far away that there is resistance maybe. I'm afraid to. Wow. Well, if you want a definition of a red bar ignored or the whole concept, print this and stick it on your wall. That's it. Zixi. Yeah, I mean, if I were going to do it, I'd be waiting for a break of 10. No, it is literally the first, if it goes over the high of the red bar or right at the high of the red bar, you get a trigger. If you wait for the close, there are 2 that confirmed, all right? That would be waiting for the close. The problem is, look at ABio as an example. So if you waited for the close, you'd be way here. That's on the 15, right? So if you waited for the close of this, it could be way up here. So I never, when I do use this, I never use the confirmed, because I want to see the trigger and then I can make up my mind if I want to trade it. Make sense? You know, because this is not going to close for another 7 minutes, 15-minute candle. So but on this one, for instance, yeah, if you wait for the close, who knows, maybe it wouldn't be that far away. But I still rather see it when it happens, and then you can always make up your mind if you want to do it or not. Yeah, well, so we do have it as a premium service. The only problem is that we can't put that many filters on. The only thing we can do, you can put a min and max price, the minimum volume, and then the volume percent, which is sort of, that'll at least show you stocks that are trading somewhat abnormally. That's it, you know. I'd like more filters. And plus you have to have 4 green handles, which is not the worst thing. You know, if you will limit the number of you get, but maybe they'll be, you know, they'll be more quality. So you're getting something like an ABIO that has a solid trend up with the momentary pause. ABIO is not shortable at IB. But anyway, guys, I am going to be taking a break very soon. I didn't really take a break yesterday, but I will. I'll be taking a break very soon. In fact, I'm going to actually, where's my little snippet? Okay, now I'll have this forever now. So when people say, what is an RBI or a GBI? Well, I can show them this. That is a great example. And one, of course, that worked incredibly well. All right, guys, as I say, I'm getting set to take my break pretty soon here. So all I'm in right now is still just the Mosaic. I've already got rid of some, of course, at that 2031 from the 2367 short. I'm just waiting to see if it can get down below 23. Crocs, guys. Crocs, after a 2-bar pull up on the 15s, looks weakening here, obviously. It's an earnings play. And with the market still moving down. Wow, it's kind of cool now. We have well, you don't have them yet. I'm sure you'll have soon in the next one of the next releases. We can see the Dow 400, comp is down 134. SPY is sinking. Oh my gosh. I should do this again. More dramatic. I do not see any specific news on it either. Now, again, why does this sort of stuff happen? Look at the float, 154,000. Even if this is not exactly, you can go to several websites. Somebody said they went to one website, was at 1 million. Regardless, it is very, very low. Man. Maybe I have to do this snippet again. This is incredible. Now, again, I don't see any specific news for it, but what did it hit last week? It hit $20 last week. Oh my God. Does it really? We have it 5 days from now, but that doesn't mean it's 100% accurate. Well, I got to do it. I got to do it again. But I don't believe that that's the news. I mean, these little bios, I mean, you know, earnings are relevant. All right, everybody. So I will be taking my break. And again, if you want to sign up for the test drive, you can still do it. You can still have 5 days of trade ideas. 5 full days of trade ideas if you sign up after hours today. So you'll get Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Monday, Tuesday of next week. Costs you $8.99. It is you'll have access to the full program, our full premium service. And once the test drive is over, don't worry, we don't put into a subscription. It's up to you if you want to take one later on. There will be a promo code for you, of course, but there still is time, so it costs you $8.99. If you want to do it for 5 full days, wait for the market to close today, all right? All right, guys, we'll see you at around 12:30.